So this is going to be just an update about my situation. I am very, very frightened. Okay, I am still under illegal house arrest, falsely imprisoned. That was orchestrated by the Chief of Police here, Jared Thomas. This has happened to me before in Texas. So this is something that gang stalkers do. It's part of their tactics. I already explained how it happened, and I'm not going to do that here because this is just an update about this situation. They've threatened to take away my home twice. Once was because I hadn't cut the grass, and the reason I hadn't cut the grass is that I had a young man who was cutting the grass, but I am now ostracized in this town completely. I'm not allowed to have any services, not internet, not grass cutting, not anything, okay? And this young man just stopped coming. He stopped cutting the grass. And then they send me from the city hall a threatening letter saying that they're going to basically take my house away if I don't. Now, the situation now is that the grass is very high, and I can't really do it. And not only that, a lot of what is growing is actually feeding me and my hens. I've noticed there's even, it looks like wheat. It looks like wheat. I don't know if it's wheat, but it looks like wheat. And I've been feeding it to my chickens and they like it. Anyway, that's as an aside. The problem is very, very complicated for me right now. But let's get back to this. So they threatened, the other time they threatened to take away my house was for non-payment of I'm really not doing okay. I'm really not. This is too much for any human to cope with, all right? It's too much. I'm literally being tortured every day. I've had everyone and everything taken away from me. Okay, so the other time it was for non-payment of the taxes, the property taxes. The thing is, I have tried to pay the taxes. I have the money to pay the taxes. I may not have the money for long, but I have it right now. But I can't because I don't have a bank to get a check from. And when I went to the bank to ask them if they could please do me a check, guess who showed up? Jared Thomas, the Chief of Police. And he threw me out of that. Oh, he tortured me, by the way. He used exploitation of phobias torture, as did the other staff. And I'm going to say something. I went to that bank about a year ago, and they were all very nice to me, and that didn't happen. So that was obviously before Jared Thomas told them what to do. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, and he basically threw me out, and he told me if I went there again, I'd be arrested for trespassing. Right? I don't have a bank. Because of that, I don't have a bank here in America. Because of that, I can't write checks. Because of that, also, I can't have any kind of Cash App or any of those. None of them. Okay? And it's all to do with my bank also. The bank in England, which is Santander, they are complicit in this. They delayed my house purchase for weeks and weeks. It caused me it caused me a lot of issues because it was freezing cold then, and I was living in my truck, and the realtors was an hour away, so I was, I was wasting gas money and not being able to get into the house and having to still sleep in my truck, and it was freezing. There was ice on the ground, and I know that that doesn't normally happen in Louisiana, but yes, it did. And then, oh yes, and the Jared Thomas and his men were persecuting me and torturing me from the very first day that I arrived here. And I was literally parked in the driveway because I couldn't get into the house because I hadn't bought the house yet. Sorry, I'm done. A dead cat was left in my driveway. Okay. And by the time I found it, it was frozen solid. I mean, it was things like this, disgusting, horrible, horrible things like this, okay? They're Satanists, these people. Okay, they're Satanists. When I was in Texas, they did exactly the same thing. They had me trapped in a field, actually, and they were killing my pet hens one by one. Oh, but they were telling people that I had done it. Okay. It was unbelievable. And the first of the hens that went missing was on Halloween. So, none of this is coincidence. And it is very clear who these people are. That's all I'm going to say. But going back to the bank. So the bank delayed my purchase, causing me a huge amount of problems. They were also, I can't speak on the phone on my own because of trauma. I literally can't anymore. So I had to drive to the realtors an hour there and an hour back to have an advocate to speak on the phone with me. Okay. And actually the realtors were also doing the exploitation of phobias, torture on me. So there was, literally, this is unbearable what they're doing to me. There's nowhere safe. No human being can withstand this. I'm telling you that. I don't want to be here at all. That's the truth. I really don't. I pray for God to take me home. My life is completely over. They've taken everyone and everything that I cared about. And there's nothing I want more. There's nothing I want. So there's nothing they can give me. There's nothing that can compensate for this. There's literally nothing. The only reason that I force myself to continue is that this is a crime against humanity, and it must not happen to anyone else. And they are literally, please hear me, they are literally trying to normalize torture as some kind of freaking therapy. I'm not even joking. They're trying to pretend this is therapy. Okay, I'm going to do another video about that because it's very important for people to understand what they're doing here. But if they get away with it with one person, if they get away with it with me, then that's it. They've normalized it then, haven't they? And they're making sure that there's nobody standing with me at all, that I'm all on my own. And literally, they talk about this stupid thing about the chosen ones. We're not freaking chosen. Here's the truth. God has to step in because nobody else has. That's the truth. I'm getting help from God to keep going because this is such a situation of unfairness that it cannot be, okay? And I really didn't know what was going on. This has gone off on a different tangent here. It's not what I wanted to. I didn't know what was going on, but God showed me, okay? God showed me who my enemies were when I didn't have a clue, and he showed me them, okay? He showed me what was going on. He showed me the betrayal of my soulmate. Okay? He showed me that there's some kind of money exchange going on. I don't know if it's that there's some kind of betting going on about me, and I'm not quite sure what it's about, but anyway, all of that is a subject for another thing. Going back to the bank. The bank are causing me a hell of a lot of problems. I have no way of receiving income, which is just what I've explained. So all I have is the little bit that's left of my dad's inheritance, which is how I bought this house, okay? But the bank are now refusing to change my address. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was a thunder outside. Gosh, that. You see, I'm very, very traumatized. Anything like that really, even a person appearing in front of me when I wasn't expecting them actually makes me scream out loud. That's how traumatized I am, okay? So anyone trivializing this, no, this is really torture. Psychological torture is really torture, okay? Nils Melzer talks about it. I've posted about it. I'm not going to go into that here, but psychological torture is not the soft version, okay? It's the other way around. The Nazis actually invented psychological torture when the physical torture was not working well enough for them, okay, on their prisoners. So they needed something worse, and they developed psychological torture to be worse than physical torture, okay? Sorry, I'm digressing a lot here in this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. The bank are refusing to change my address, and my bank card expires this month. So not only can I not earn money or receive money, but now, as from this month, I won't even be able to access the small amount of money that I do have. I have taken some out. Yes, I have done that to have cash, but I have nowhere to spend cash because I can't get anywhere. And I'm too terrified to go into any normal kind of stores because here in the town, they use the torture on me. I had to really pluck up the courage to go to that bank on that day. And I only did so because I remembered that I'd been there before and they'd been nice to me. But this time when I went, they used the torture. This is too much for me. It's too much, okay? And all day, every day on social media, they're doing it as well. And even on YouTube and even on, sometimes I play phone games to try and get my mind off. And they're even doing it in the phone games. I mean, this is unbelievable violation of privacy here. Okay, it's shocking. Okay, so I'm going to try and wrap up because it started to rain and I need to go out and see if my hands are okay. So basically, I'm still imprisoned in my home. I'm completely ostracized. I'm not allowed to have internet. That's another thing. I have 2 phones that one of them is supposed to be